but I think Canelo's tools are just above, just right there too. But the size difference might be what sways him above Crawford. Look at the Bud's last 10 fights. Everyone he's fought is smaller than him. Look
Mm.
at they weigh in at 135, 140, 147, but Bud's always bigger in those fights. This is the first fight where Bud's gonna be like right there with somebody. And this is
Mm.
and ironically though, Canelo doesn't do that well with guys his size. He struggled with John Ryder, remember that? That's what's That's gonna be weird.
So Canelo only has 4 more title fights. That's right, Mile High Hustle. I see you, hermano.
Shout out to Pete Town, man. Okay, so Canelo has 27 title fights. Crawford has 23, according to our boy from Soul Sounds, man. All right, let's get the heavyweight champ up in here, man. Mile High, Conrad, dog. Who's the pressure on and why?
Ooh. It's on both of them, brother. It's on both of them, I think. Bud talked himself into this fight, talked his way into this fight. Canelo, man, I'm not a big Canelo fan. I when he got caught with the Mexican meat and all that bullshit, dude, I stopped really fucking with him. I really started, and when he started picking his Bud, I've always been a big fan of Bud. Bud reminds me of an old not Money Mayweather, but
Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy Floyd.
He reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd because I don't know. I see a meanness in him, bro. He likes to beat dudes up, bro. He's one of those dudes. He gets off on that. I've seen that from when he was very young. Earl Spence, bro. Everyone said Earl was too big for him, bro. Look, he destroyed Earl, and every Earl Spence fan in the world said, "Oh, he's too small. Ain't no way. Earl breaks dudes down." And I liked Earl. Don't even get me wrong. I watched Earl and I said, I see Earl. He's good. He's good at everything. When I look at Bud, I see greatness, bro. And just did he bite off more than he can chew? And this is a big guy saying this, so I don't gain no point saying this, brother. The smaller guy is always harder to. The smaller guys, bro. That the more skill is at the smaller weight, bro. And I'm being honest with you, like someone was telling me last night, or a couple nights ago, I was on a live and someone asked me Mikey gonna get you, and I said I'll walk him down. And he knew I'm taking Bud. He goes, well, what do you mean? I go, I don't believe he can hurt me. And he goes, well, how is Bud gonna hurt Canelo? And I said, yeah, I see what you're doing there. I get it. I go, but then again, these are two top of the line fighters, bro. When at the very upper echelons of their career. So I think it's gonna be a great fight, man. I got Bud. I don't know how he's gonna do it. I don't believe Canelo ain't knocked nobody out since Caleb Plant. You know what I mean? And I don't believe if he couldn't knock out Charlo, he damn sure ain't knocking out Bud. I think Bud's 10 times the fighter as Charlo was. I think Charlo, if he wouldn't have dropped all those bouts and went for that Canelo fight, I think we would have seen Bud fight him for the undisputed. I think that's why it was so important for Canelo to get the skull bout. That was part of the deal. You get the skull bout and this is on. So this is part of him wanting to be undisputed again, 3-time undisputed champion. It's going to be a great fight, man. I'm interested in it. You know what I mean? I want to see it.
Yeah, man. Okay. As people were talking about tools, since Chicano 2 brought it up, Crawford has more tools. Maybe he does, but is it more tools or better tools that one needs, right? It's like Canelo has some very, very sharp tools, man. I don't know why, but everybody keeps on bringing up stoppages when it comes to this fight, right? I don't know what are the chances that we see a knockout. Knockdown, I can see that in my opinion, the only one that will get knocked down is Crawford. I do not see Crawford knocking down Canelo. He's never been knocked down. But there is something that Bradley said. Now, before anybody on the chat gets all crazy, oh, why are you over there listening to Bradley, man? About those on one. Yeah, I kind of get that. But at the same time, if Crawford gets the right angle, right, he's a little bit faster than Canelo. If he gets him on the right angle, hits him on the right button, maybe Canelo was a little bit in the wrong position. His feet weren't together. Maybe, but I don't see that's a 4-leaf clover to me, man. So I don't see that happening. Let's get Chicano 2 back on here. So I don't see that happening, nor do I see Crawford even really hurting Canelo. Maybe he bothers him, but I don't see him hurting him. He might bother him a little bit, frustrate him a little bit, but I don't see him hurting him. So it's going to be a long night for Crawford. I'm not saying Crawford doesn't stand a chance. I think he stands a pretty good chance, but I just, nah, man, it's Canelo, dog. Everybody keeps on bringing up Canelo's last fight, and he hasn't knocked anybody down. Okay, but I mean, what has Crawford done, man? Crawford hasn't fought in 13 months, and in that last fight, he didn't look good at all. Some people think he actually lost that fight.
Well, I'm gonna say something, and it might get
Coming off
people
of,
upset, but what Crawford hasn't done is tested positive. Now, I heard you on Los Tres Chingones the other day with David and Mikey Carnal, and they were like, you're going to spar with heavier dudes? And at the end of the live, you said, yeah, I'm going to go down to Mexico and eat some meat. That was one of the funniest comments I heard, because when Canelo Alvarez tested positive, Carnal, they memed the hell out of him. There was this one meme where he was just power lifting a bunch of weights, sauce, and he was lifting it up, and it said, man, I need that enchilada meat. Now, was that proven to be a false positive, or did he just accept it and eat it?
No, he tested positive for computerol. He tested positive.
I think
that was his excuse.
Close that back door.
At least from my understanding, Dimitri, unless you heard anything different, Holmes, the excuse.
Yeah,
was,
I heard Ring IQ talked about it. He said that he tested positive. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. But the levels he tested for today, if anyone else tests positive for what he tested for, doesn't count. It's accepted. It's okay. So he did test positive. That he gave the hair sample. He checked out. So technically, it was wrong at the time. But if he were to test positive today, it wouldn't be a problem with that result. The amount.
So basically, you got caught with weed years ago when it was illegal. You get caught with weed now, it's not really illegal. So I mean, he still did something wrong at that time. Whether he knew it, whether he didn't know it, at that time he was still wrong for it. Yeah.
You know, Chicano, too. One thing
problem with that narrative.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. The problem with the narrative of him eating tainted Mexican meat, bro. Here's the problem. Both of his trainers, before they became boxing trainers, these were butchers, bro. They were butchers. That's what they did for a living. So how do you have trainers who are butchers? That's what they was in their living. And you was eating the faulty Mexican meat, homie. And you're a millionaire, brother. You ain't just buying your meat at the regular Cansanilla, homie. They're getting that shit getting delivered to you. That's some bullshit. Clenbuterol isn't even a steroid. Clen is used for weight loss and to lose weight rapidly. So that's what he used it. I know this because I used to be a bodybuilder, bro. So I'm like, I know what all those drugs do. I know what they're in your system for. You can't call that. I mean, that's bullshit, dude. To me, it's bullshit. It's like,
what are you saying, Demetrio?
Wait, hold on. Go ahead. Real quick to Conrad. Eminem is a millionaire, but he loves eating at Taco Bell, dog. He does, man. I'm just joking around. That's actually true. It's actually true.
I believe you, brother. Yeah, you're right, though. Yeah,
I'm just jerking your chain, Holmes. I'm just jerking your chain. But it's true. He really loves Taco Bell. Eminem really does love Taco Bell, dog. So, but no,
one question for you guys. So, you know, we talk about the tool bag, and like Choice Workers say, which tools are better, right? One thing Canelo definitely has, he's a sharp counter puncher. And I think I'm sure you guys have seen it, you know, Bud got stunned by Yuriorkis Gamboa, the guy I always talk about. He got buzzed by him hard. He also got buzzed by the machine. What was his name? Mean Machine. Mean Machine dropped him, and we all know it. Okay, he got buzzed a couple times by Madrimov for sure. You know, he got buzzed by Postol. If he can get buzzed by those four guys that were smaller than him, size wise, and even power, you know, boxing wise, everything wise, they were not as good as him. What's gonna happen when Canelo lands? That's what I'm asking that. Like when Canelo just lands his short right or his monster left hook, it's gonna land because Bud gets landed on. We all know that.
Well, it's easy to look in hindsight and be like, well, you know, this happened in these fights in the past, because we could also mention Alvarez, and he got schooled by Floyd Mayweather and all that. But now he's peaked. All those lessons have been learned. We could say the same thing about Bud Crawford. Okay, he got dropped. Okay, lessons learned. But here we go. You know what I mean? You got the top 3 pound for pound fighters on Saturday night. I think this might break some pay-per-view records also as well. I can't wait. I'm excited. It's going to be on Netflix, so you can watch it from your smartphone. Don't forget that.
You know what? I'm gonna play. I agree with you, Demetrio, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate just for argument's sake. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What if it was he got touched and dropped, or bothered by Victor Postol or Yuriorkis Gamboa because he had to weaken himself to make the weight?
Yeah.
What if that was the issue? What if the issue is like, you know what? It wasn't those guys were that hard of punchers. It's just that Crawford wasn't at his full strength because he cut so much weight to make those weights.
Well, to answer that, now that he's gonna fight someone that can actually hit pretty hard at a new weight he's never actually fought at, it's easy to say that too back to me, but I'm just curious. Like, I just want to see how you react if he can take that power, and Bud can do the perfect fight, which he can do that. Who knows what's gonna happen, But my pick ultimately is gonna be Canelo late stoppage, just because I've seen the last 10 fights. I just think that's what's gonna happen, but I've been wrong before, so we'll see.
Hey, comrade, does Crawford get stopped?
No. Whoever wins is going to win by probably a split or unanimous. I think split decision. Like I said, I haven't seen a boxer like Bud for a long time, bro. The only one I can really compare to him is he's in that class. I don't think he wouldn't say he's Floyd Mayweather that, but I think he's right there, bro. I think he's that great of a fighter. And I think he has the ability to make people look really bad. When he fights southpaw, people don't understand. He takes away your jab. These are 2 counterpunchers, 2 of the best counterpunchers in the game, bro. So usually when counterpuncher faces counterpuncher, it's a pretty boring fight. It's going to be a chess match. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, the answers are: is he going to hold up to his power? Is Bud going to show out and really come out like he did in the Spence fight? You know what I mean? I didn't expect him to stop Spence in that fashion, but he did. I knew he was going to beat Spence. I didn't think he was going to stop him like that. He beat the dog shit out of him. He made Spence. I knew, bro, no matter what, I told every Spence fan, I said, if he beats him, bro, you ain't never going to give him his credit because you're going to say Spence had a Ferrari roll on his head 4 times. Okay, well, I'm sorry. He didn't want to fight him back in the day, bro. There's reasons why. Everyone says, well, you ain't fought anybody. Yeah, because all that other side of the street bullshit and all that stuff when he was top rank and they were with Al Heyman, nobody wanted to fight him. Danny Garcia didn't want to fight. He beat Danny Garcia when they were in the amateurs. He beat Danny. He beat Mikey. He beat all those guys. He beat all those guys in the amateurs. None of them wanted to fight him in the pros. And Majimov is a way better fighter than people give credit to, man. Majimov has a long list of amateur fights, man. I think he's got over 200 amateur fights. That's a killer, bro. And I was really surprised what Ortiz did with him. I was kudos to Ortiz, man. Ortiz handled him. I was like, but again, you got 2 guys coming off of very lackluster fights. Both of them look shitty in their last 2 showings. We're going to see. I think Crawford was just doing enough to get the win, bro. He didn't want to put himself in harm's way. He knew the big money was on the line. And we see that happen all the time, man. We seen when De La Hoya blew up all fat against, what was that guy, Felix? What was his name?
Against Trinidad?
Before he fought
Hopkins.
Yeah, before he fought Hopkins. Remember, he fought that fight at middleweight, bro, and he looked horrible, bro. And dude beat him. I thought dude beat him, and they gave De La Hoya the win, and then look, he went and got stopped by Bernard.
Yeah, you're right. Because Bernard was there at that fight, watching that fight. You're right. I forgot who that guy was, but you're right. Hey,
Felix Stern was his name.
Felix Stern. Yes, and that was to prepare Canelo De La Hoya for Bernard Hopkins, and in reality, they gave it to De La Hoya, but in reality, Felix Stern beat him. Hey, okay. Bottom line, is the chin gonna hold up for Crawford? Yes or no? Okay. Here's the way I want to ask that question. Shout out to my boy Pete Town, man. And I'll start with you, Mikey, because people keep saying like, "Hey, can he take his power?" Okay, let's define what does that even mean. Does that necessarily mean that he's gonna get knocked out? What does take his power? Can he take it on the chin? Can he take it? what does that even mean? Does it just mean
Mm.
knockout? Does it mean it changes his game plan? Does it mean he needs to start running around a little bit more? What does
Yeah.
that even mean?
What it means is the hardest punches are the ones that you don't see coming. We got Kirkland, we got Khan. Can he take those kind of punches? Now, again, people might say the opposite, but I think Bud Crawford has a higher ring IQ. I don't think he's gonna get caught sleeping like that. I don't think it's feint, and bam, good night. But those are the punches. That's what they're saying. Can he take one of those? No, I think he's gonna have his hands up. I think he's gonna. They're studying tape. They're studying tape as part of training camp. He's been studying tape on Alvarez. He's seen all the new setups. I mean, is he gonna come with anything new? He's not switching trainers. He's not switching camps. Usually it takes to switch a camp and switch a trainer to add more tools to the bag. Or am I wrong? I mean, you could stay in the same camp and with the same coach and trainer and get new tricks. I'm not ruling that out, but that's what he means. Can he take those? The ones that he sees coming, I think he can take those. The ones that he didn't see coming could be good night.
Okay. Demetrio,
We
I mean,
got
people,
And
within
who
the
has
ring,
real
right?
quick?
But-
And who has a better chin? I know you didn't ask that question. Who has a better chin? I would give the better chin to Alvarez. Go ahead.
I think
Yeah, for
hands
sure.
down is Alvarez, dog. I'll go
Yeah.
with Demetrio next because
With
people
the
keep
power-
on asking that. People
With
keep
that power
asking,
question, I would
yeah,
say
can he take that power? What does that even mean? Does that necessarily just mean a knockout?
I would say what you mentioned earlier, the game plan. Because if Canelo's probably going to go to his body. I'm pretty sure Bud can take those body shots and he'll be fine. But is he going to be able to take him over those 10 rounds, 12 rounds? By round 8, those body shots are going to feel pretty different than it did in the first round. So if those body shots are landing the first 5, 6, 7 rounds, and then he goes for the head, I think that's what I mean when I say it's too much power. That's what I'm talking about. I don't mean one punch knockout because Canelo doesn't do that anymore. But is he going to be able to take it for 8, 10, 12 rounds? Can you guys seriously sit there and tell me that Bud can take that for 12 rounds?
Mm.
I mean,
Okay.
if I ask you like that, can you guys say that? And again, like Chicano 2 said, you're right. It's the ones you don't see. I don't know if Canelo can hit him like that. Bud's too good for that. But they will accumulate over time. The shoulder shots, the bicep shots, couple in the couple of the body, maybe one of the head over 10, 12 rounds. I just don't see Bud taking out that and winning. I just can't see it.
Okay.
Where was that power in the skull fight though? What happened in the skull fight?
Well, I mean,
How come we didn't land none of that
again,
power?
the styles, I would say the style was different for sure. I don't think Bud fights like Skull. We all know the
No.
blueprint to beat Canelo. It's Bivol. Does Bud fight like Bivol?
Even before that, who else was it? What was his name? Lara. I got Lara beaten. Lara
That was a
beat.
close fight.
If I
Yeah.
go back and watch that fight again, Lara beat Alvarez. I don't
That was
know
a close
how they
fight.
gave that to Canelo. Lara beat his ass.
Damn it.
He has
I
a problem
wouldn't-
cutting off the ring. He does not cut the ring off very well. He is a great counter puncher. He knows how to stalk. He cannot cut. His feet are stuck in the mud. He's got very bad footwork, bro. He's got very
He
bad
go to
footwork.
the
He's
gym,
good at moving his body, but it's all torso. Everything is from his torso. And he don't get no movement from his feet. It's all torso. So I think Bud's smart enough to implement some stuff where he moves around and catch. I think if Skull would have fought that way and actually threw a jab while he circled out and threw punches while he did that, he beats Alvarez. Alvarez
I think
couldn't
that's
close the distance. I was like, what's
That's a
going
good
on?
point. That's a good point. If Bud can carry the same footwork from 47 to whatever he's gonna weigh on Saturday, I mean it's possible.
I mean,
he's a super
Everyone
athlete.
says he's
So
bulking up, but you don't know what this man walked around in his natural weight. Is he bulking up or is he just not eating? He's not shredding down as much. He's not compromising himself. That's the hardest thing in boxing and in wrestling is making the weight, bro. Is draining yourself a day and a half before and then having to rehydrate up. Some people don't allow you to get IVs. You can't use all these things to help yourself to get back to that. Or there's rehydration classes, all this stuff. Just boxing's a trip, bro. It's any little thing to where you can get that edge, that extra edge. You know what I mean? I think Canelo's been dirty for a long time. I could show you in Triple G weigh-ins at the first weigh-ins with Triple G. He has HGH marks on his stomach, bro. You could see where he was shooting HGH in his stomach. I'm like, bro, this dude's juiced to the gills. And they talk about he knocked out Kovalev, Crusher. Kovalev, bro, the Crusher was not the Crusher when he fought Canelo. Let's be honest. Andre Ward already destroyed that dude. Andre Ward already laid the blueprint. Is if you go to this dude's body, he's gonna fold like a cheap suit. So he wasn't the killer Crusher when Canelo fought him. Let's stop that right now. Canelo hasn't knocked
Hustle.
nobody crazy out. He stopped Plant, but that wasn't no vicious knockout.
You know, okay, I gotta push back just a little bit on this one, Conrad. Okay, like Crusher Kovalev, you know, well, with a few things that you said, man. Okay, like Kovalev, yeah. What was Kovalev the Kovalev before? I don't think Andre Ward whooped his ass, dog. I really don't think Andre Ward really whooped Kovalev.
In the second fight, he didn't stop him. He stopped him.
Okay, there was two fights, right? One, I really thought Kovalev won that fight, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, the other one, yeah, I get you on that one, but I don't think Andre Ward really put it to him like that. Plus, Kovalev still had successful fights after Canelo. It's not like, you know, he retired. No, he still had successful fights after Canelo, and that was at 175. Man, Canelo moved up for that fight. I do give credit to Crawford for beating Spence. Most people don't. They're like, oh man, it's because Spence got in this car accident. But people failed to bring up after that car accident, Spence beat Danny Garcia and he beat Yordenis Ugas. So to just keep on using the car accident as, oh, that's why Crawford won. I'm like, no, Charles, dog, because he fought Ugas and he fought Danny Garcia. If you want to discredit that Danny Garcia is a nobody and neither is Ugas, that's fine. But he still had two successful fights. So I give Crawford that credit, man. Outside of that, you know, when Conrad is saying that, hey, man, you know, why couldn't he do that to Skull? Crawford's not going to win if he does the same thing that Skull did. That's why Skull didn't win, man. So, you know, he's got to do something different.
Man, it's just going to be a banger of a card. This might break some pay-per-view records. Again, the reason I think it's going to break pay-per-view records is you got two names. Alvarez has been heavily criticized from fighting no-namers. I mean, come on, Skull. Calmate, way. Skull's not gonna crack out a T-Mobile arena. So these are two big names. Prime time. It's happening. Mexican Independence Day weekend. I still think the pressure is on Crawford. I get it. Oh, if Alvarez loses, it's this momentum. It's bad. It's Mexican Independence Day. I get that, but he's walking around like it's just another day. Like it's nothing. It's just another foe. It's just another check. And I think he's getting about 3 times the money that Crawford is getting. I think he's getting about 150 million. Imagine 150 million versus 50 million. I still think the pressure is on Bud Crawford. But yeah, if it goes to the later rounds, I don't know. I think you got to come up with some kind of game plan. I don't know if you could really pick the Bivol kind of, you know, because he doesn't have Bivol's what is it called, rhythm. As far as, you know, those Russians got a different kind of rhythm when it comes to fighting.
Perfect fight, man. He used his reach, his size, his discipline. Bivol was able to use everything that Bivol had when it comes to reach and the length of his arms and everything. Bivol used it perfectly, man, to beat Canelo.
Pinchy Russians, man. I'm telling you. Cuidado con los pinche Russians, man. They will take you to school, man. But anyways, I'm excited. It's happening on Netflix this Saturday. Big, huge fight. Everyone, the who's who is going to be there. Again, I got Vargas Jr., even though I think the Las Vegas odds, I think they have Walsh winning. But I'm going with Vargas because it's his time at almost 30 years old is do or die.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. At his age, he's got to start making his bones. At his age, I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. He can still have a couple of good fights and make a little bit of money off his name and everything. I don't see it happen. Do I give him a shot against Walsh? Yes, I do, but I'm not picking him to beat Walsh. I think Walsh is going to stick it to him. These Irish dudes, man. I tell you, man, they don't call them the Fighting Irish for nothing, man.
Who's got more
Irish,
knockouts?
Yeah, but okay, but we cannot name anybody that Vargas has fought, man.
I get
he's
it.
still kind of green in my opinion, man. But
Oh, stop.
He's not even the most talented Vargas. His brother's the most talented.
Exactly.
But he's green.
His brother's the more talented.
I don't know about he's green. That's kind of reaching right there.
Well, he okay.
He's
I will
green.
say that, okay, I will say this, Mike.
And he's fighting on the co-main event of an Alvarez card on Mexican Independence Day. But he's green.
His name.
That's what's tripping people out. I haven't met anybody that says like, oh yeah, that's a good co-main event.
I was surprised when I saw him be co-main event. I was shocked, but then I said, okay, it's do or die. The spotlight's on him. Can he capitalize? But I was surprised when I saw him there. I was like, what is he doing there? But again, I'm just like, let the boxing gods do what they do.
No, yeah, let it happen. That's fine. Going back to the whole green thing, Mikey, when we talk about
right there.
Oh, wait, hang on. When we talk about his weight class, 154, he is extremely green because there are killers at that weight class.
Murderers row.
If it were a weak weight class, I would probably say like, okay, if he has to go up against like the Rolly Romeros of the world, I'd be like, all right, let's go ahead, let's handle it, man. But that's just that weight class is deep, man. It is deep and dangerous waters.
Killers.
He doesn't.
Killers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put him against Rolly Romero. I know you're not counting out Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero has momentum right now. I would not put.
He does.
I would not put Vargas Jr. on Rolly Romero. I would be like, whoa, slow down. But again, the dad said it takes fighting these no-namers to get the experience you need, because again, they're fast forwarding people to title fights nowadays. I don't know why, these promoters want to rush you in 20 fights and all of a sudden put it because they got a hype train behind it. But can you name anyone else on the card other than those two? Because I know we've only been talking about those two. The rest of the card seems like no-namers.
No, I think the prelims are a little bit weak, but those are prelims. It's supposed to be weak. But no, the Lester Martinez versus Christian and Billy, that I thought that was gonna be the co-main event. That should be really good. As a matter of fact, the winner of that one maybe gets a shot at Canelo if Canelo wins. I don't know. I know the Turk is really high on Hamza Shiraz, so we'll see what happens with that. But Christian and Billy versus Lester Martinez, keep an eye on that one. The Sergey Boacek versus Brandon Adams. I don't know if it's the main event for the prelims or the first
fight on the
for
free card. It's going to be on like the YouTube free fights or something. It's going to be
okay.
free.
So it's the main event.
It's
for
the undercard.
Okay, yeah.
Basically.
The double.
That's going to be a good one though. That's going to be a good fight.
That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one, man. Yeah.
I'm not knowing because I don't know their names. They're no namers. Again, no namers. The name of the game is selling pay-per-views. Alvarez gets criticized for fighting the mandatories. We all want to see, all of us, I think so. I'm speaking in general, but I think we all want to see Alvarez get in the ring with Benavidez before he retires, because I think if he retires sometime in the near future, I don't know how much gas he has in the tank, how many more title fights, but if he retires without getting in the ring against David, it's going to be a stain. It's going to be a forever in the comment section and the internet. Not that matters. The internet is like fantasy football fake. But again, it'll be like a black eye kind of, because you never face the person that the people wanted you to face. I don't know what it is. I mean, he can't allude to his positives because he's had a positive, even though Dimitro's saying, okay, it was a different time, a different positive. Look, a positive is a positive, man. If it comes up on that restricted list, it's restricted for a reason. Or am I wrong? Oh, it's a diet restriction.
No. It's no. He, like I said, he tested positive. He's tested positive. He's guilty.
Yeah. So again, I'm excited, carnal. No matter where I'm at, if I'm driving or I'm at Summer Nights, I think I'm gonna go. Raider Tommy just asked me for my email to send me some tickets for the concert in LA. If I'm at Summer Nights in LA, they're gonna have the fight over there. If not, anyone with Netflix on their phone is gonna find it. Is gonna be able to see it, man. I can't wait. I got Vargas Jr., but in the main fight with Alvarez, I can't pick.
If you
Wow.
have to, Mikey, if you have to, you have to pick.
You have to cut off your arm if you don't pick. You gotta pick.
Yeah, you have to cut. You have to cut off.
Okay, yeah, if I have to cut off my arm, then I am gonna pick for Alvarez because I have a
Okay.
better chance of keeping my arm. If statistically, I have a better chance of not being RoboCop or whatever you want to call it, Terminator, if I pick Alvarez based on his momentum right now. But man, have you seen all the world champions that are picking Bud Crawford?
Yes,
It's
yes,
like a
that-
list like
yes.
this.
Yes, yes.
You don't know if they're picking them because it's the homie love, because obviously they're these are people of reputation, former world champions. There's a list of killers that are picking Bud Crawford. They're not pointing out, oh, he's been sat down or he's had bad fights. It's like, look, the time to make that fight is now. It's not one person is past their prime, one person is. No one is talking about that. No one is past the time to make the fight. It's now, and so man, it's hard. But if I had to keep my arm, I would pick Alvarez.
Yeah, most people in the boxing world, professionals are picking Crawford, man. That's yeah, no, I think that's what makes this fight a lot more interesting because you got a lot of hardcore boxing aficionados, people inside the boxing community, people that are boxing experts that are picking Crawford, man. Most of them by far are picking Crawford. But Mikey, before we wrap it up, brother, what else do we got this Saturday, man, that pertains to a couple of guys on this screen?
Well, we got a couple YouTube channels that are gonna do watch parties. The Hater World tapped in with me. Lucky Sun Zoo tapped in with me. American Cholo tapped in with me. They might host watch parties because I told them it's gonna be entertaining. We got Mexican Independence Day sparring. That's happening the day of the Canelo fight. It's free. It's for the people. The reason it's free is just to show that we're doing something for the people, man. We are people oriented. We're doing this thing on YouTube. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be chingazos. There's going to be some surprises there. That's going to happen at 1 o'clock. We're going to be in Upland, California. We're going to be in the Inland Empire. There's no fee for admission. If you want to come, Demetrio, you're invited, cabron. I don't know where you're at. Everyone's invited to come and join the action. We got Loca, the ring girl, Elvia Cadena, national anthem. Gangster Boogie gonna get down. Carnal, I think we're gonna have to work since you brought in Gangster Boogie, we're gonna have to do a boogie session. Okay, that means a 2-minute, we're gonna have to do like a 2-minute boogie session. Again, just leading up to what we're gonna do and dance in there. So that's free on YouTube on all platforms. It's gonna be on Los Tres Chingones right here. So everyone that's watching right now, I know you're watching on Mile High Hustle. It's gonna be on Mile High Hustle, I believe. I don't want to talk for the man, but it's going to be on Chicano Tube, all platforms. It's going to be a good old time, 1 to 3 o'clock. Get some fun, get some face-offs, some weigh-ins, some smack talking, and get some action. And then from there, make your way. I think a lot of people are really kind of going to go toward the main card than the undercard. But that's what we got going on. It's going to be free for the people. They got watch parties happening, so I can't wait. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know what we're doing still getting in the ring, carnal. We're 40 years old and we're still getting in the ring, and no youngsters are doing it, and everyone's woofing on YouTube, but no one will pull up. But we're pulling up one more time just to prove the doubters wrong. And so I can't wait. So you guys will be able to see that live. Mexican Independence Day. It's in the spirit of Mexican Independence Day is why I chose to do it on that day. Not to, like Mikey, I heard what Mikey said. Oh, I'll be drunk by 3 o'clock. Pinchy Mikey, man. He said he'll be drunk by 3 o'clock. Cabron, come through, Pinchy Mikey TV. David Contreras, everyone's invited. And so we got Mile High Hustle right here. Pro-Am champ right here. He's going to be in there facing off with Snowman. And Snowman recently put out a post that said he's 300-0 in the streets. This is going to be another walk in the park. He put a post out. Go to his Instagram. I'm not making this up.
He's a boxer, bro. Don't believe that for a second. He ain't a street fighter, bro. That boy is a boxer, thoroughbred. I shit you not. That is not a joke. I'm telling you, bro. I know when I see something. I know what I see when I see it. He's got the
Okay,
goods,
okay.
bro. He
So
is
there
not
might be
no
a
slouch. I
bluff.
promise you.
There might be a smoke screen there. There might be a bluff. I don't know. But again, let's if in all fairness, let's just match up the two heavyweights first, okay? You know, and all that. And I know a Mile High Hustle. When you were working out, you were talking about weight classes. You know, it's funny because in sparring, really in the gym, you do try to match up with weight classes, but really, I mean, I've sparred with light heavyweights, etc. It's just, you know, because again, it's the boxing aspect of it, right? Boxing neutralizes no matter how big you are. People that don't know anything about boxing will see the biggest guy and be like, oh, absolutely, he's gonna win. But then next thing you know, he just gets teed off on, or he can't even catch the guy, or whatever happens, right? But man, I'm excited. So me and Cholo Trucker will open it up. We'll open it up for the title of the baddest Chicano on YouTube or on the net. And that's all going to build up to the heavyweight clash when Denver, Colorado meets Fontana at Fontana's home. You guys tune in, 1 o'clock Saturday. Los Tres Chingones, Mile High Hustle, and Chicano Tube will be live this Saturday.
Comrade, any last words before we wrap it up?
Man, I'm just excited to get in there to see what it is. I don't know how many rounds you guys plan on going. Me and Snowman are gonna have to go similar just to make sure no one's gassed out or gets wore out for the next peleas. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to share the ring with all you guys and really test ourselves. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. It has nothing to do with. At the end of the day, the one you're really against is the one you look at in the mirror every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one you got to prove everything to. And you know what I mean? I'm just grateful for you guys that we have brothers that are willing to get in there with you, and there's some of this stress out, man, that we see in this evil world. You know what I mean? Just let some of this stuff out. We're able to have an outlet. You know, we may be in our 40s, and I'm pushing 50, shit. So, hey, but if we could still do it, man, let's go have fun like kids, man. Let's go have fun like some kids. Let's go have some
Demetrio,
fun.
where you at?
I live in Glendale.
Oh, you're in Arizona.
No, LA, like next to Pasadena.
Oh, you got unless you're working, you got no excuse, cabron.
I am, dude. I'm working. I'm off at 4:30. I wish. That's not. I'm gonna watch you guys on YouTube. That's for sure, though. I'm watch.
Okay.
I always watch this stuff.
Hey, Mile High. So Crawford or Canelo? Final words. Who takes it?
I got Crawford, brother. I picked Crawford from the beginning. I'm not gonna bet against him. I think either dude can win the fight. Like I said, I just skills pay the bills, my brother, and I see something different when I watch this dude. He's an athlete. He's one of those guys. He just got the will to win. It doesn't matter what you could play that dude at dice, and he's going to tell you he's going to beat you. He's just one of those competitive. He's got a fire burning him, competitive spirit. So I gotta go with him. Do I think Canelo's a bum or not? No, I don't. I think Canelo's probably one of the best fighters of our time. Great fighter, and he's the heir to the throne from Chavez. Bad motherfucker, bro. I can't take nothing away from him. Whether I believe that he did what he did or he didn't, that really doesn't matter. He can only answer that. But usually when these lighter weights, match up with the bigger weights, you look back at Sugar Ray and Hagler. Usually the little guy doesn't do too bad, man. So we know that boxing is the skills pay the bills, man. And I'm gonna just stick with that, and we'll see what happens. I may be eating my words come Sunday, Monday.
All right, Demetrio.
We got Canelo KO 10 roughly, and Inoue KO 10 as well on Sunday.
Yeah, everyone's forgetting about that fight, man. All right, I got Canelo winning, but maybe I have changed my mind. I don't know. We are going to do the Friday show with the guys, so I just want to come on here and drop the link. When it comes to me actually getting into the ring, shout outs to everybody that's get in there. Hopefully we all get a chance to go a few rounds with each other, man. Shout outs to Comrade, Mikey, Snowman, anybody else that shows up that got the corazón to get in there. Win, lose, or draw, let's just go in there and give it everything we got. Vatos Locos forever. Let's go ahead and let's leave it all in there, man. But outside of that, hey, man, we will be. Shouts to all the Chingones. Shouts to everybody on Mile High that came on here to check us out tonight. We will be live here on this channel, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, to get the great analysis from Mike Zavala, the boxing scientist, man. That is Mikey on Chicano 2, Mash Austin Conrad from Mile High Hustle, our boy Demetrio Cholo Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Catch you guys on Friday. You guys have a good one.
Good night.